One of the most wanted illegal aliens has been arrested. It's March 6, 2025, and these are your headlines. An illegal alien designated by the Texas Department of Public Safety as one of the top 10 most wanted in the state has been apprehended in San Antonio. Clarence Enyi M4 was apprehended on charges of sexual assault, violent assault of a family member, and alien inadmissibility. According to Texas Border Business, M4 came to the U.S. from Cameroon and had been wanted since January. This is far from M4's first arrest. Texas DPS records revealed that the illegal alien was arrested by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents in California back in 2019 for alien admissibility. This crackdown on illegal immigration coincides with plummeting overall numbers of illegal border crossings. According to the White House, crossings have dropped to the lowest numbers ever recorded. Specifically, last month's illegal border crossings were down by 94% compared to last February. They were also down 96% from the all-time highs that we saw under the Biden administration. At the same time, the number of total arrests surged. U.S. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem posted on X that February of 2025 alone saw a 627% increase in monthly arrests compared to just 33,000 at large arrests under Biden for all of the previous year. While Governor Greg Abbott has declined to say whether the Texas lottery should be shut down amid growing scrutiny, he says an ongoing investigation will determine what reforms or even prosecutions may be necessary. Last month, the governor called on the Texas Rangers to investigate the lottery following revelations about unregulated courier services, suspicious jackpot wins, and allegations of money laundering. Asked during a press conference today whether it was time to end the lottery, Governor Abbott told me that the investigation would shed more light on exactly what's going on and what needs to be done in response to it. He even pointed to possible criminal action if wrongdoing is uncovered and suggested that the Texas Lottery Commission itself may need reforms. He said if the investigation turns up information that would lead to a potential prosecution, that should be undertaken. If the investigation leads to inadequate measures that they found at the commission, those measures need to be reformed. He also noted that the Texas Lottery Commission is currently up for review in the state sunset process, meaning lawmakers will have the opportunity to determine whether the agency should continue operating as is, undergo reforms, or face more drastic action.
Hey folks, Chris Salcedo here. I've got something special for you, the Salcedo Storm podcast. As your friendly, liberty-loving Latino, I bring you a mix of engaging discussions to help us fight for our state and our conservative values. It's the perfect way to stay informed and engaged in what's happening around you. So, what are you waiting for? Don't miss out on the storm of information and entertainment coming your way. The Salcedo Storm podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Lastly, the Texas House Public Education Committee spent this week considering House Bill 2, a major school finance bill that would increase funding for public education in the state by about $8 billion. Well, the bill's drawn mixed reactions. Supporters argue it's necessary to address school funding concerns, while critics warn it could make it harder to implement broader reforms like property tax relief and school choice. Representative Brian Harrison's among those raising concerns. In a post on X, Harrison called HB 2 a liberal train wreck and warned that its passage could make it more difficult to lower, let alone eliminate, property taxes. Now, the Texas Public Policy Foundation has noted that public schools are currently set to receive $93 billion this biennium on education. Texas Policy Research, meanwhile, has called HB 2 a massive expansion of a government-run education that increases spending without introducing structural reforms. Meanwhile, the Texas Senate has already approved a $4.3 billion teacher pay raise through Senate Bill 26, which would provide salary increases for teachers, particularly in smaller districts. The timing of House Bill 2's consideration is notable, as the House Public Education Committee is set to hear House Bill 3, a school choice bill, on Tuesday. Some argue that passing a significant expansion of public school funding before debating school choice could reduce momentum for policies like education savings accounts, which would allow parents to use state funds for private or alternative education options. And as HB 2 moves forward, the debate continues over whether the bill represents a necessary investment in public schools or a missed opportunity for broader education reform. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.